Welcome to week 1 of the NFL preseason, where the rookies of today hope to become the stars of tomorrow. It's the Vikings and the Chargers, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
If you're a Freeway fan, we're just east of the 405, one of the modern jewels of the NFL. Beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. The preseason is upon us. So good to be with you. Mike Tirico with Greg Olson, about to embark on that journey that ends with the Super Bowl. Greg, so good to finally have football back on the field.
Absolutely, and it doesn't matter if it's preseason, regular season, playoffs. When NFL football's on TV, Mike, it's just better. And I'll tell you what, for these teams and a lot of these young players, this is the start. Just like you said, this is a journey to making the roster, a journey to being there in week 1. And for a lot of...
It's a fresh start for both of these clubs. Here we go, week 1 of the NFL preseason. Here's Darius Davis to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. So here come the Chargers, the offense getting set to come out, led by their quarterback, the 6th overall pick in the 2020 draft. It's Justin Herbert.
Starting all the way back in the spring, Mike, there has been months of preparation building up for this very game. And for a lot of the guys on the sideline that have been around for a long time, these preseason games might not feel all that important. But I promise you, to that young guy who's putting an NFL helmet on for the very first time, running out of that tunnel, these games go a long way, not only to making this current roster, but trying to make a career out of playing in the NFL.
They send the tight end in motion. Shotgun now for Herbert. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
This has been a tough sequence right out of the jump. You work all week on your opening script, and they're usually the plays that you feel the best about to try to establish some sort of early rhythm, but through 2 plays, run and pass, all they've done is go backwards. This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. Here's the Minnesota offense taking the field for the first time. They are led by the man who led Michigan to the national championship in 2023, quarterback J.J. McCarthy.
Make no mistake about it, Mike, even though these games might not mean a lot in the grand scheme of things, they certainly matter when it comes to the evaluation of these rosters. You just can't replicate these situations of live reps in practice. So what do coaches do? They give guys a little bit of taste in the preseason games. Can you separate yourself from the rest of the pack? I'm excited to see who steps up, who makes a case to snatch one of these roster spots over these next couple hours. Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
To the air on third down is McCarthy. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Jordan Addison that time. And now it's fourth down.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
The Chargers offense ready to possess the football for the second time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. Here's a screen coming for Kamara.
You see so many teams wait till third down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on first down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
And he'll be brought down after a short pickup, but that is enough for a first down. On the give, this is Kamara. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down. Second down and 3. Kamara going to get it on the zone read here. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a first down on that gain of 5. Play action now. It's Herbert. Quick throw, taken in. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
Now this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. Open man, that's Devin Duvernay. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. 1st and 10. First and 10 at the 30-yard line. Here's Kamara. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6. Now a play fake. Herbert. He connects with Disley. 3rd down. 3 to go. From the gun, it's Herbert. There is his tight end, Disley. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line. It's a give now to Kamara. What more could you ask for on first down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short. 8 yards on the pickup, brings up 2nd and 2. They're going to motion the tight end over here. Opening carry of the game, it's J.K. Dobbins. And the Chargers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. That's another Chargers 1st down. 1st and goal. Here's Herbert. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 17-yard line.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
First down was not very good. Here's 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, here's a give to Kamara. He'll take this one down to the 8-yard line. 3rd and goal.
It's 3rd and goal.
Herbert to throw. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You can see the receiver. He's pleading his case to the ref. So from our perspective, Mike, I think it's pretty clear. He was not in bounds. I don't blame him for trying. If I was in his situation, I'm doing the exact same thing.
Dicker's kick is good. And the Chargers will take a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
The Vikings offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. They'll run with the man from Marshall, Rasheen Ali. And they'll bring him down around the 27-yard line. Asante Samuel up from the corner spot to make the stop. They face 2nd down and 7. Now a first carry for the veteran, Jarrett McKinnon. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Here's Matt Araiza now. And down to punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. Davis to return it. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. So now here comes the Chargers as they get set to take over once more. They'll look to build on their 3-0 lead as this drive starts with a 1st and 10. Now Herbert. That's complete. It's Ladd McConkey. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. That's Palmer, the man in motion. It'll be a run out of the gun with Kamara. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 1.
They'll try and run for this with Kamara. Searching for some kind of seam to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking 1st down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
Good hang time. The fair catch will be made back at their own 12. The Vikings offense starting to trot out for this next possession. This will begin at their own 13-yard line. So work to do starting with this 1st and 10. Off the bootleg, it's McCarthy. The rush gets there. He goes down back inside the 5-yard line.
The offense's backs were already up against the wall, but after suffering that last sack, it's all but eliminated whatever breathing room they had left, and for the rest of this drive, they don't have much room for error at all.
And the defense there to meet them. They'll hold them to 2 and bring up 3rd down. Here's McCarthy. They'll get this out quickly to Addison. He's up to the 20.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on fourth down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this fourth down.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Chargers offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Now, Herbert. Oh, what a throw. Slinging it across his body and complete.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure a nice catch.
And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll go again here with Kamara. And he gets it to midfield, and he gets the 1st down. Good run. The drive continues.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the 1st down.
He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Tight end going in motion here. Throwing now is Herbert. Fine work defensively. That's going to be knocked away. We'll go down as an incomplete. 3rd and 9. Throwing, Herbert. They'll look to set up the screen here. And it looks like he's going to have the 1st down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Throwing on 1st down is Herbert. He's got the connection there. It's Joshua Palmer. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game. A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Oh, a loose football. And the defense has it.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball.
And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay. So this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. Putting the tight end in motion. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
Anytime you bring pressure like that, Mike, you're counting on getting to the quarterback before you get beat downfield. The vulnerability of that play call is in your pass coverage, but when you can get home and get to the quarterback that fast, the offense never has a chance to stress your coverage. It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
A return now from the 4. Now an opening past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. The deficit, 6 points. A touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. And this defense having nothing of that. They get him down behind the line.
The timing of the jet sweep is critical. If you can get the ball carrier past the end man on the line, typically there's a lot of space downfield, but give credit to the defense. They saw this one play out, they reacted quickly, and they're able to throw him down for a loss.
And some good blocking at the point of attack. A pickup of 7, and it brings up 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. That'll be taken in by McKinnon. And he is very close to the 1st down, but an eyeball, he is shy of it. And they say it's 4th and inches. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Chargers offense, and their running back getting ready to go back to work. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Herbert. He'll tuck it and take off. Give him 14 on that play, 1 first down. So after 1, the Chargers out to the early lead. We're back in Southern California in a moment. From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. Here's Dobbins. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
They'll run it with Dobbins out of the pistol. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. Played close quickly. And here comes 3rd down.
Gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 4.
Trubisky to throw. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the 1st down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on 4th down.
Now a fair catch, and it's going to be a long field. They'll take over right about their own 13. The Vikings offense ready to get back at it. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line. So a lot of real estate to cover. It's 1st and 10. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
The open receiver is Dotson. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Travis. He's got his man, it's Hill. That's his 1st reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down.
3rd down is when we see so many tight ends around the league really make their money. They operate in the middle of the field. They're a big, easy target for the quarterback, and even if they are covered, Mike, they're not really ever covered.
On the ground is Mason. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down.
He's tackled at the 20-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4.
From the shotgun, it's Travis. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down. Bobo is the motion man. Play action now, it's Travis. And he's into a slide to avoid the contact. Does so successfully, and it's a first down.
Anytime a quarterback decides to tuck it and turn himself into a runner, you can just feel the sideline hold their breath. They're just hoping that he gets down, picks up enough for the first down, but more importantly, protects himself so he can get himself back up and continue on.
And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's second and 5. Off the play fake, it's Travis. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. And that call will not get it done. The defense ready, stopping him behind the line of scrimmage. It sets up fourth down.
Great job by the defense here, quickly realizing that this was going to be a draw. They're not caught off guard thinking that they're defending the pass. They're able to not only get in there for a stop, but they're able to take them down in the backfield for a loss.
And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Chargers offense about ready to take over once more. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. Now it's Dobbins. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Second down and 8.
Brings up second and 8.
They send the tight end in motion. Throwing is Trubisky. That's complete to the TCU man, Quentin Johnston.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play. Winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch. When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
Here's J.K. Scott now. He's on to punt it for the 4th time tonight. This returnable from inside his own 40. The visitors' offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. Dotson, the man in motion. They'll go play action. Travis in trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Dotson, the man in motion. A run. And here's Mason. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be second down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. Good running there. He's got the first down inside the 30.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
That's into the hands of Jordan Mason. And he'll be taken down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did.
In trouble, and down he goes.
Now after taking that loss on the sack, it changes your entire approach offensively. You go from playing for 6 to now everything is just about coming away with points.
From a little further back, here's 2nd and goal. They'll run. This is Mason. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
Now, screen sent up from Mason. Well, this one is in reverse again. They're going to lose more yardage here, and it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, it's Will Reichert time for this Viking field goal. This one from 47 yards out. Reichert's kick is good. And the Vikings are on the board. They cut the lead to 6-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The home team's offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Here's Trubisky. A short one there, caught by Tremble. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
On the ground, here's Dobbins. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
They'll give it to Dobbins. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down.
At the 28-yard line. A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
They're going to motion the tight end over here. Here's Trubisky to throw. And he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a sack and a loss of a couple.
Having a dominant pass rush so often translates to wins. But that's hardly been the case here, Mike. And they're able to add another sack to their total before half, and that's great. But somehow they still find themselves trailing, and that's the only thing that matters.
The visitors' offense ready to take over once again. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. Dotson, the man in motion. Look to hit him with the jet sweep here to begin this drive. Solid running there. He takes this up near the 35.
He had plenty of juice coming across to get the ball, Mike, but he hit a whole new gear after he secured it and began getting vertical. By comparison, it looked like a lot of the defenders who had a shot at him were a little flat-footed and ended up getting burned for a big game.
On 1st down, it's Travis to throw. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we'll see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Here's Travis. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down. Travis. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
Now a fair catch, and he'll take it at about the 24-yard line. The home team's offense getting set to get back to work. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Now a ball thrown deep for Johnston. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 75 yards. Touchdown, Chargers. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
Makes the score Chargers 13, Vikings 3.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, this is Jalen Reagor. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The visitors' offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They're in a 10-point hole, 13-3, as this drive starts with 1st down. To throw is Travis. That one a bit high, but it's complete. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the 1st down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
That one incomplete. They can't hook up there. And that incompletion takes us to the 2-minute warning. Now, a 2nd down throw, and they're going to get to him and take him down, take him back to the other side of midfield. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he's going to be brought down, but not until he gets inside the 35.
You certainly can't fault the secondary here. The coverage was almost too good downfield on 3rd down. The quarterback realized quickly there was nowhere for him to go with the ball, decides to become a runner. He's able to pick up the 1st down and some.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Travis to throw. That's caught by Hill. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. On 2nd down, it's Travis. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their 1st. And they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go until halftime. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Throwing is Travis. This pressure is relentless. They get him again.
If this quarterback's offensive line had as much fight as he does, I don't think they'd be in this situation to begin with. I mean, it's not even halftime here, Mike, and they've already given up 6 sacks. At this rate, I'm not sure they're confident their quarterback's going to make it out of this game in one piece.
And this is going to work out for them. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. Tremble comes in motion. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year, as we send you cross-country to the Sunshine State. That's where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. All yours, Coach.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Back to you two in just a moment. The preseason is upon us as these two teams get things rolling. They'll have 2 more games after this to get ready before week 1 comes our way. It'll be here before you know it. In our game, most of the starters have made their cameo and departed. They'll watch the second half with the shoulder pads
Both teams
off.
ready to
plenty
get
of
back
youngsters
at it
out there with lots to
we
gain
get back
or
underway
lose as we
here
get you
on
right
EA
back out
Sports.
to Mike Tirico.
A safe kick taken at the 5. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The visitors' offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. And, look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Here's 3rd and 7.